Constitution Bench of the Supreme Court commenced the hearing in July on whether women being denied entry into the temple based on a biological factor is discriminatory. Located at the Periyar Tiger Reserve in Pathanamthitta district, Kerala, the Sabarimala temple is dedicated to the Hindu deity Ayyappa. Here, women aged between 10 and 50 years are not allowed inside the temple, as it is widely believed that Ayyappa, the preceding deity here, is a celibate. And Travancore Devasam Board, the temple management, maintains that menstruating women cannot be allowed inside on account of purity. In 1991, following a petition filed by a person named S. Mahindran, the Kerala High Court upheld the ban. It maintained that the prohibition did not amount to any gender discrimination and violation of the fundamental rights of women under the Constitution. 15 years later, in 2006, Indian Young Lawyers Association filed a petition with the Supreme Court challenging the practice and seeking the lifting of the ban. In February 2006, the Supreme Court questioned the authenticity of claims submitted by the Travancore Devasam Board and Kerala government and reserved its verdict. Meanwhile, activists and women devotees filed petitions with the Supreme Court. While one section asked how can menstruation be a ground for the ban to enter the temple, another said we are not against the traditional customs and restrictions. We are ready to wait till the age of 50 to enter the temple. In October 2017, a 3-judge bench referred the case to a 5-judge Constitution bench. In the process, the 3-judge bench framed 5 questions to see if the ban is a gender-based discrimination. Whether the exclusionary practice, which is based upon a biological factor exclusive to the female gender, amounts to discrimination and thereby violates the very core of Articles 14, 15 and 17 and not protected by morality as used in Articles 25 and 26 of the Constitution. Whether the practice of excluding such women constitutes an essential religious practice under Article 25 and whether a religious institution can assert a claim in that regard under the umbrella of right to manage its own affairs in the matters of religion. Whether Ayyappa temple has a denominational character, and if so, is it permissible on the part of a religious denomination managed by a statutory board and financed under Article 290A of the Constitution of India out of Consolidated Fund of Kerala and Tamil Nadu can indulge in such practices violating constitutional principles or morality embedded in Articles 14, 15 subsection 3, 39 subsection A and 51A subsection E. Whether Rule 3 of Kerala Hindu Places of Public Worship Authorization of Entry Rules permits religious denomination to ban entry of women between the age of 10 and 50 years, and if so, would it not play foul of Articles 14 and 15 subsection 3 of the Constitution by restriction entry of women on the ground of sex? Whether Rule 3 subsection B of Kerala Hindu Places of Public Worship Authorization of Entry Rules 1965 is ultra vires the Kerala Hindu Places of Public Worship Authorization of Entry Act 1965 and, if treated to be intra vires, whether it will be violative of the provisions of Part 3 of the Constitution. The Constitution bench over the process of hearing will listen to all sides. While the temple has not changed its stand, the LDF government of Kerala has supported the entry of women.